Hi guys, and welcome back to the Marble Kitchen here in Belize City. Today we have the incredible honor of cooking for our mothers. Today we have with us Miss Kuylen
and Miss Mary Longsworth.
Today we're going to be cooking a delicious Mother's Day meal for them, so stay tuned. So Chef, what do I make today?
Today we make a braised lamb shank in a red wine reduction, and we're doing a mushroom risotto.
Oh, sounds so good. So let's get started.
The first step is we have the lamb shanks. They have been Frenched just to expose the tips of the bone, and then we're going to add some plain yogurt. It has no sugar.
Why do you add the yogurt, Chef?
So we add the yogurt because the yogurt tends to remove the gaminess from the lamb. So the yogurt is there. We have salt, pepper, and olive oil already on it. And we're adding some fennel seeds. And you want to marinate this in the refrigerator. It's best overnight, but we can also do it for about 2 hours. And I'm just gonna add a little bit of garlic. So in the mother fridge this goes. First we're going to brown the lamb. Just gonna put in some olive oil.
So our next step, guys, is we're going to prepare our risotto. So we're going to be frying up some.
Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is rissolé the rice. That's where the term risotto comes from, the technique of rissoléing. We're going to add in some olive oil into the pan, and rissolé is a fancy word for frying. So we're going to add some olive oil.
I'm going to bloom the saffron for you.
I'm going to add to the olive oil some butter. And you know, rissoléing rice is also a secret that I use in terms of when making like normal white rice with coconut milk, because it really prevents the rice from sticking to the bottom of the pan.
Did you get inspiration from your mom when it comes to cooking?
Yes, I got a lot of encouragement from my mom in terms of, well, firstly, she really strived to make sure that I got the opportunities to go to culinary school, and I'm forever grateful for that.
I think I get my patience when it comes to cooking because of my mom. She used to make egg sandwich, and she would delicately cut off the edges of the bread and then serve it to us. And I'm hungry, I'm there wanting to eat, and I want the crust because it's going to fill me more, and she's there just cutting off the edges. So I think I got my patience, especially with pastry, because of that. So our next step is to
rissolé the rice.
Sure.
So we have the melted butter and the oil, and we're just going to add the risotto rice evenly over the pan.
Our heat is very low right now. Do you want it a little higher?
Sure.
Okay.
Just so that it gets even
Distribution of the heat.
Okay, so we're gonna let that fry, and then I'm gonna ask you to keep stirring it.
Okay. I have a wooden spoon here.
Okay.
So you always want to continue stirring, make sure you're stirring. We didn't wash the rice because we want the starch that's on the rice to help thicken it up and make it creamy.
So how do you tell when your rice has been rissoléed? You'll start to smell a nutty fragrance, and some of the grains of the rice is going to start to dance on the pan, and you hear it popping.
They're dancing.
How did it dance, Ange? We're going to add the white wine.
About a cup or half cup? And the whole bottle?
Until it feels right. And you don't want to drown the rice. You just want to add enough liquid until it's semi-covered in the pan.
And the alcohol will cook down too, so you don't have to worry.
So what we're doing here is that the liquid's going to reduce to 𝒐𝒕𝒉𝒆𝒄, which means it's pretty much dry, and then we're going to keep adding liquid. So we're going to repeat that procedure. We're going to add liquid, let it dry out, and add again, and then we're going to do that for several times until the rice is al dente.
When do we add the mushrooms and the shallots?
Okay, so I wanted to ask if you could saute the mushrooms on the side?
Sure.
And the shallots?
So I have here, I added some olive oil and some butter to my pan. I'm just allowing this to melt down. Then I'll be adding our shallots and mushrooms to it.
So risotto is something that you want to do contrary to like the traditional way of cooking rice in Belize. They tell you don't stir it, don't touch it. Here you want to constantly stir it so that you can release the starch from the rice, and that's going to give it a creaminess, and that's going to give us the right texture of the risotto. Bottom of this pan, and I'm going to add the mushrooms, and I'm going to do the mushrooms in 2 batches because I really want to brown them. I don't want to boil them. So you don't want to crowd the mushrooms in the pan or you won't get that sear. Okay, so now our risotto is ready. It's al dente. It's soaked up a lot of the stuff. It's still very liquidy, but you want to be able to see that wave when you push the pan. That's the signature for a good risotto. We're going to add in a Parmesan. Do you want to add this for me?
About a cup or half cup?
Just keep adding until it feels right.
Okay.
Until it's super cheesy. Okay, now we're going to finish off with
half and half.
Some cream. Do you want to check on the lamb, Ange?
Sure.
Let us know if it's knife tender.
Ooh, that's far off the bone.
Ah, perfect. It's time for plating, Angelo. Definitely, to me, it passed the visual test. What do you think, Ange?
Looks really good. Can't wait to taste it.
So tell us, moms, tell us if it passed the tasting test.
There we go.
Perfect.
You did a good job, chef.
You did it. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for making us.
Thank you. This is one Mother's Day. Oh, forget.
Don't cry on camera. Well, that's it, guys. Thank you, moms, for coming. Thank you guys for watching and joining us here in the Mabe Kitchen in Belize City. Remember to stay tuned. Subscribe to YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Shop your appliances at mabebelize.com. And hello, granny, your sister, your neighbor, your auntie, your uncle, your mommy, your daddy, your grandpa, your great-grandpa, the garbage man, your hairdresser, the neighbors, your baby pa, your baby mom, and other people mad.
From all of us here at Mabe and the Media Mad, happy Mother's Day.